Hi guys, Brixter here. This is LEGO Link. If you haven't watched the reveal video for him, I'd recommend checking that out first, because in this video we're just taking a trip down memory lane and seeing how Link got to where he is now. This project began almost 3 years ago when my family had just moved to Beijing, China. Because we were in the middle of a move, I didn't have access to most of our Legos, so I was building digitally a lot. One day, my brother got a chance to play Breath of the Wild at a friend's house. I had seen the Breath of the Wild trailer some months before and it looked incredible, but I had never seen it played in person before. I was hooked. So I started working on a digital version of a larger scale figure of Link. I had already created a large digital character out of Lego before, Tintin, so I had something to work off of. But Link had some design flaws. Not to mention the lack of a head. The project was tricky and I lost interest. It was not until a year and a half later, once we had returned to the States, that I tried my hand again at creating a large Lego figure. I built the swordsman, not Link in particular, although switch out some colors and there is definitely a resemblance. By this time we owned Breath of the Wild and I had been playing it for months, so I'm sure there was some inspiration from that. I took the swordsman to Brixter, Virginia 2019 along with my giant lion sculpture. It received positive feedback, but it wasn't until I created a swordsman YouTube video like 7 months later that I considered making a Lego Link once again. The video did pretty well, so I decided to give Link another shot. I bought parts on Bricklink to change the colors of the swordsman to fit Link's color scheme. After the bricks arrived, I built Link up, but there were some issues. His head looked just wrong. His shoulders were too wide, his waist was too thin, his entire torso was too thick, and his legs just didn't look quite right. After tons of tweaks and dozens of hours of work, doing everything from reiterating his head many times, his arms were strangely difficult. Like, the shoulders, I had to create my own joints essentially, rather than using ball joints which were way too big. He was like looking like a football player. And I mean, you know, Link's he's a relatively slim figure, so it was definitely kind of tricky getting it at this scale, but I finally felt like it was right. I then turned to his weapons, doing my best to create accurately scaled and recognizable accessories. Finally, I created the stand, which probably took only about 3 to 5 hours to complete, as opposed to the dozens I had put in at every other step of the way. And that brings us to where we are now. Link has come a long way and become much bigger than the original swordsman in order to achieve the proper proportions. Link is live on LEGO Ideas. If he gets 10,000 supporters, he could actually be made into an official LEGO set. So please take the minute to support Link and make LEGO Legend of Zelda a reality. To learn more about the details and building techniques of Link, check out this video. The story isn't over. I'll be creating new updates for Link, including new weapon sets over the coming weeks. So subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.